Hello. Welcome to King Channel TV. We will be discussing the latest on the charges, conviction, sentencing, and possible swap release of Brittney Griner. We recently covered Griner in our Can We Save Women's Sports series, where we revealed and discussed the substandard wages the Women's National Basketball Association pays its players. We also discussed these players travel to other countries to obtain wages to subsidize their wages in the United States. King Channel TV is not in the position to excuse any of the choices Griner has made in her life, but possibly to show some reasons for them. Griner was convicted for drug possession and trafficking drugs. The amount they say is less than a gram of cannabis oil. Sources say the oil was used for pain. Many athletes use it. On August 4th, she was sentenced to 9 years. Seems extreme, of course it does. But this is not new and should not be strange to us. For this has been our path since we entered the hull of ships headed to these shores. Over all other people, we get the stiffer sentence for crimes committed at the place we call home, and for Brittney Griner, the place she calls home away from home. Somehow we have just not learned to respect each other, especially in these YouTube streets. Our gossiping and lack of hospitality only turns against us on our own individual level. Then how can we respect others in the streets of America and in the streets of the places we visit? We know every country has its rules, and all our neighbors have a sovereign identity that we must respect. And until we do, we will always spin around, getting and losing, getting and losing. Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said the Kremlin is ready to discuss the Brittney Griner swap issue, but only within the framework of the channel that has been agreed by the presidents, not within the media or the public. There is a specified channel that has been agreed upon by Russian President Vladimir Putin and U.S. President Joe Biden. Therefore, it is the understanding that the negotiations will not be privy to the media. Let's look at some brief highlights on the latest.
With the U.S. It is now willing to discuss a prisoner exchange with the U.S. This comes less than 24 hours after a court near Moscow sentenced WNBA superstar Brittney Griner to 9 years behind bars for having cannabis oil, a small amount, in her luggage. Joining us now is someone who knows exactly what Griner is facing right now, one of the few people, Trevor Reed. He returned to the United States in April after being imprisoned in Russia for almost 3 years. Trevor, thanks for being with us this morning.
Sure, thanks for having me.
Were you at all surprised by this sentence when you heard the amount of time?
No, absolutely not. I was expecting them to give her, the maximum or close to the maximum, which is what they did.
Does it feel like what happened to you?
Yeah, absolutely. So for Brittney's, classification of crime, which actually I don't think should even be under that classification, but they have, I believe it's 0 to 10 years, and they gave her 9 who are convicted and sentenced under that article in the Russian Federation usually receive about a year, 2 years maybe. 9 is unheard of. I never saw that the entire time I was there, and as well as in my case, I received 9, and that was actually the largest sentence ever handed down for that criminal article in Russia ever. So, yeah, I wasn't surprised by that, and, regardless of how you feel about Brittney Griner's case, that sentence is clearly political. There's no denying that.
Logistically, Trevor, walk us through what happens now for her, because you've been through this. As she's transported, as she arrives, wherever she may be?
Yeah, so once you're convicted in Russian court, you do have a chance to go to appeals and appeal that decision to another kangaroo court in Moscow. So after that trial, depending on Brittney's decision on whether she wants to appeal or not, she may stay in Moscow at the detention facility that she's already at until her appeals are completed, or if she chooses not to go to appeals, they may transfer her to a forced labor camp. And considering the fact that the Russian government is considering exchanging her, they may also decide to leave her in Moscow to make it easier for her to be returned to the United States.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to King Channel TV.